Welcome to an orientation to the ABAWD program. Before we start, please make sure your speakers are turned up. Let's talk about what we will cover in the orientation. Today's orientation will give you a lot of information about your SNAP benefits and how SNAP rules might affect those benefits. We will be discussing what it means to be an ABAWD, how the ABAWD rules affect each Oregon county, who is exempt from the ABAWD rules, how OED and DHS will support you to help you keep your benefits. The SNAP rules aren't exactly new, but they are new to you because of the county you live in. To give you a brief background about the SNAP rules, we have to go back to 1996 when Congress made sweeping changes to several programs in a law called the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunities Reconciliation Act. Congress felt that ABAWD should be doing certain work activities that would help them become self-sufficient. The SNAP rules state that ABAWDs are limited to 3 full months of benefits in a 3-year period, unless they meet certain exemptions or are working or performing work activities for at least 80 hours a month. This is called the SNAP time limit.
An ABAWD is an able-bodied adult without dependents. What does that mean? Able-bodied means that you have the ability to work based on your situation and your health. DHS will work with you to help determine if you are mentally and physically able to work. DHS will ask you questions that help your DHS staff person understand if you are able-bodied or if you meet the exemption for this area. We'll talk about exemptions more later in this presentation. This one is easy. If a SNAP participant is 50 or older or under the age of 18, they are not an ABAWD. So far, we've looked at 2 of 3 criteria for being an ABAWD. Now let's look at the definition for without dependents, because it might surprise you. When DHS creates your SNAP case, all of the people in your home that purchase and prepare meals together are put in what DHS calls a household. What this basically means is that you all share a SNAP case. If there are no children under the age of 18 that share your SNAP case, you are considered to meet the definition of without dependents. When most people think of their dependents, they think about their own children. However, you might be surprised to know that the child that shares your SNAP case does not need to be your child. You don't need to be related to the child in any way besides sharing a SNAP case. Here's an example of what that might look like. Perhaps you move in with a relative that has children under 18 and they have an open SNAP case. When you go to apply for SNAP, your worker will ask you if you share and prepare food with your relatives. If the answer is yes, you will be considered a household and need to combine your SNAP case. Because your relative has children under 18, even though they are not your children, you are not an ABAWD. There are a lot of different scenarios for what this can look like, but don't worry. DHS will work with you to help determine if you are an ABAWD and answer any questions you might have. Only DHS can make the ABAWD determination. Now that we've learned what it means to be an ABAWD, let's look at the ABAWD work activities that can support you to reach your employment goals and meet the SNAP time limit requirements. You will be required to participate in job search preparation, skills training, and job search activities that lead to employment. We'll help you get there. However, there are some reasons why you don't need to participate in this program. Let's look at all the ways you might meet an exemption. You may or may not have to participate in the ABAWD program. We will review the reasons that you may not need to participate. Please listen to the following and let a DHS staff person know if you fall into one of these categories. Are you age 50 or older or under the age of 18? If you have a shared custody situation, is the child part of your SNAP case? If you are pregnant, you are exempt from the ABAWD program. It does not matter what stage you are at in your pregnancy. I am attending school at least half-time. Caring for an incapacitated person does not mean that you have to live in the same home or even be related. However, if you are being paid to provide care, you do not meet this criteria. I am attending an alcohol or drug treatment program. This does not include attending Alcoholics Anonymous, or AA, or Narcotics Anonymous, NA. I am getting unemployment insurance benefits. I am working at least 30 hours a week for pay. I am paid at least $935.25 a month for the work I do. I am self-employed and earning at least $1,870.50 and have business costs. Or, I am self-employed and earning at least $935.25 and have no business costs. I am receiving money due to a disability. This includes money that you receive for veterans benefits, workers' comp, or Social Security. If you are unsure if you meet this criteria, please make sure you ask the DHS staff. This will include any health reasons that you are unable to work, including physical, mental, and behavioral. DHS staff can talk through this with you. I am participating in the TANF Jobs Program. If you answered yes to any of those past slides, you will need to connect with DHS to talk about your ABAWD eligibility. Now that we have covered the exemptions for the work requirements, let's talk about what those exemptions are and how you might meet them. The work requirements may be met in different ways. The first way to meet the work requirements is to work 80 hours over a 1-month period, averaging to 20 hours a week. You can meet this requirement if you are working for pay or doing unpaid work. Paid work means you're working for money. Unpaid work includes bartering, like providing a service in exchange for something else. For example, mowing the lawn or handyman services in exchange for rent. Or volunteering, such as at your local church, school, or food kitchen. Volunteering is something that you initiate. This isn't done by DHS. This is generally at a public or private nonprofit organization. The second way you can meet the work requirement is through self-employment. If you are self-employed, DHS will look at how much countable income you are earning. Self-employment work hours are based on the income, not on the actual hours worked. The third way is meeting the work requirements through a work program with OED. Let's talk about that next. Now we'll take a look at some of the services that OED has to offer you. OED is the statewide provider for ABAWDs. This means that when you are working with them, you are receiving more services than the general public. OED has dedicated employment specialists who will work with you by providing one-on-one services. This will include case management and an assessment to establish how the employment specialist can best serve as a guide to help identify and create your personalized plan to reach your employment goals. OED may also provide support for items that you'll need to help you engage in your personalized plan. We'll talk more about these supports in just a minute. OED will also make sure that you understand what the process is for reporting your activities so that all of your efforts are counted each month towards your 80-hour requirement. You will meet with the employment specialist every month to report your progress and receive coaching and other supports. The last part of our presentation will give you more information about how DHS and OED will support you and really answer the question, what's in it for me? Let's talk a little bit about what those opportunities are. Some of the great services that you are eligible for from OED include learning how to interview for a job. You will have personalized assistance to develop the skills you need to get the job you want. A dedicated professional career coach to help you get hired in your next job. Your career coach will help you figure out what works best for you and provide you with the tools you need to be successful. Support from people that will work with you to develop your resume. These are just a few examples. Let's continue to explore what other opportunities you will have available to you. You will also have access to attend training or enroll in a training that you have always wanted to do. Resources and a team of people that will support you to get your GED, and English language acquisition classes that will support you with learning the English language. OED may support your case plan in the following ways: transportation assistance, including public transportation passes or tickets, and gas cards. Training funds including work and training tools, student activity fees, training materials, course registration fees, and books. Other employment-related items such as clothing, utilities including internet access and phone service, fingerprinting, personal hygiene, work and training tools. There is so much more that you might be eligible to get help with. Your employment specialist will continue to work with you to identify what your needs are and how to best provide you support. Your next step is to contact the Oregon Employment Department staff at your local WorkSource office and make an appointment for an interview. The phone number to your local WorkSource office was included in your notice from DHS. The number to your local WorkSource office can also be found at www.worksourceoregon.org/centers. We look forward to meeting you.